Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up the hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so. I should visit Joshua. Resuming time. We'll allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but if something ain't done soon.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about no.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, I'm working on it's got a reverberatory hood over the top. But let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. Trouble is, And I hear you once helped Helena get her hand...
If it's for the good of the hype. Oh. So, what exactly is this good stuff?
We've got a couple of examples here.
More fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine.
That's right. And what's more, we've collected as many as we can.
So you want me to visit some ruins?
That's it, and we're only 3 short, mind. There's one up Amber Way, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmecchia.
All right then.
Will do.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson?
Canva lost? It can't be true.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
The stew's awfully thin.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris.
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on my job, actually.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on already.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed that she's no fool. If we'd...
That was her just now, wasn't it? So...
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time after her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort. She's dangerous, Sid. But I think I can stop.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp.
Come on. Good. How did Doris come to know a slaver I was?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste.
I presume your men are ready.
We've suffered too many delays as it is.
Yes.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender.
Sid.
Ah, Doris, you know, but casting your lot with this criminal.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. This woman, my former master, she raised me like a daughter.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely, you were always so eager to learn, but you proved yourself a master of both. How about it, my little dagger?
I never swore my blade to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell.
You always were a righteous. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be, and she no longer has friends in high places.
All right.
I am. And thank you.
Then I should head back to the hideaway.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her form. She's been arrested, by the way, and she won't be getting off lightly. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before. Anyway, thanks again, Sid.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, but if Eastpool's going to survive, as have those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it...
All right.
Thanks. There. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal Green.
Gazal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too. Which they ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and...
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
The Guardian saying we're supposed to blow up.
Ah, Lord Rossfield, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from
These are Gazal Greens. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings. I jest, of course. But they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bond. They know little of free... Unless we teach them how to live like free men. I fear not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so... It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, Sir Wade. All of them.
Damn it all. Gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest...
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers?
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians.
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right.
Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Await, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. Not let this village fall. Nice try. It's over. It's over. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think I could order a detachment or two to fall back.
No. Let them finish the job. You stay, I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is...
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Next one's mine. I might know one.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Let's go.
Yeah!
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to eradicate the rest of the... I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attack. I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our own before, but now we do.
Forgive us, but there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. We have to fight to protect.
And we shall. We all shall. This is our home.
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on, then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today...
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlians. But you should be proud, all this. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'll be counting on yours, too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together.
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes. There's one sight that I shall never forget. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up, when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. But every time, I would think back to the look in your to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face,
So wait, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
The hero return? It's lucky you came by when you did. Not only did my seeds get delivered, but...
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again, and a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that particular...
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye.
Well, if you really want to know, in fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how... He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up, and before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger... And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know, he certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions, which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to
Suppose you're... And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent sort. It's almost enough to give you a Anyway, I'd better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Damn it. The whole village has turned. Back to the stables, girl. need to deal with these ones first.
There you go.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. This is it. Right then.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you...
Since we brought all is absolutely wonderful and firmly at the helm, just as the good Lady Jane and Lord...
Are you a lord? They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil.
It's the Mayor of Dalimil, but if the people wish me to lead them... Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set, and they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time. No matter how many of them, won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work, the longer we avoid facing this one, our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to...
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword.
With outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil, Vic?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnes by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see its sentiment, Master Lubor's...
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together and...
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across...
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together. Let them. They'll be no match for us.
Come on. Faster! That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle. Thanks, Cal.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
Farewell!
better let Victor...
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see.
No, but...
No. Something's happened.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Luke, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that you...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies,
Once people make up their minds, we need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who... They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however.
I'll do what I... Lubor, I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all I can ask.
Why are you taking the bearer's side?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along.
Forgive me for disturbing you.
I've seen your face before.
As have I, Lord Underhill.
That's right.
The rumors.
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, in this at least he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied...
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything.
You never know.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume this is...
There's still hope.
But...
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them in the end.
No, you won't. And you'll...
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. To yourself be true. That would rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself, and so must I be. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain, for only united can they hope to stand against the... I'll need to make a suitably dramatic...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople...
I would not take...
Overuse. And so just like that, you're going to throw this... I thought you were better, but it seems you had me for...
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice?
Of those available to me? But where are my manners? Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do...
I'll bear it in mind.
run like the wind. Two down. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Good day. Here you are. Thank you.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back. I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I...
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him.
I did, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, our master wasted half his life that way.
Oh, so you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. I may be a selfish prick.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for... You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is...
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time as it is. You,
We can't afford to waste any...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and... Blackthorn?
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, no heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me, and give those things what for.
All right. Nice try. Nice try. Too slow. Get him. Is that it? Apparently not. You're not getting past me. Too slow. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later.
Sid! Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly...
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village...
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, we'll fortify the gates to the north. And I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Black, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you, so...
I Shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder you'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of us miss. I've kept working. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as I'll come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their lives to my steel.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's...
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next...
Knowing him... Blackthorn. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token of a lot, but I'm of a mind to make you designs for a certain sort.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, but the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry, and they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer, and between the two of us.
You know what? Clive.
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his... Have you learned anything of note since...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we even now are archaeologians.
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft cited among the remnants, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of... Mayhap it would please you to observe some of our...
Would that be possible?
Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. A small hamlet. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect the... If you would consent to do so in my...
All right.
They will be most gratified. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
Time to fight. No mistakes. Don't get surrounded. straight home now. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is, say it's their leader. Waken wins! Too slow. Nice try. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. We are archaeologians. Thanks to them.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with a duty of the highest
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence?
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That is most kind.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah.
I collected your colleague here.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might...
Cyril, your survey party suffered losses which could have been avoided. Had the others... Were these your orders?
No. This was there. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to provide your survey parties with an escort. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix. Please.
I thank you for your advice, if you will permit me to respond. And we of the Undying, as first shield to the Phoenix.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Ah, Clive.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could...
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we find out exactly how much faster I need to get...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, Elle.
I know, but...
No buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message. The talks with the Republican army have fallen. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak. Their prices have fallen a flip, but the consortium offered double what we did.
And you had no opportunity to make a counter?
None at all. And we were...
Elle? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get even if I fail to free these bearers. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep...
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. She means to stay with us then.
You have to trust her.
You're right. If Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. You go to Randalar and see if you...
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then. And better not keep Eloise waiting. This is no time to ride.
Looks like this is the end of the road.
When are they gonna let us through?
Not here. Let's go. Run like the wind. Safe. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers. We had all but finished making arrangements.
You misunderstand. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding, and so we resumed our business.
But what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional murder. Bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left, and with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able...
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them free.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can. They need help, and...
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there.
Hold on, Theo.
Faster!
No need to ride from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
You just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Creatures have already turned. Nice try. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you. Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait. Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it...
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first...
We grew up in Canva, and I was chosen to inherit the family. I had my father's head for figures, a late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, my parents tried to drive him out before they could.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to... But he said you deserved a better life, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not how much easier my life might and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night. He was never a burden. If anything, I was the one who waited.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your... And you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. I know, Theo, we can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Ensure bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will...
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together, then.